Hey, what is up, everybody? We're just loading. They have just started the draft for Team Vamoz versus Game Has Changed Dota2. What we're going to be watching tonight. While we're waiting for that draft, let's quickly have a look here. Excuse me 1 second. Give me 1 sec. Alright, I'm back. We're just waiting. They are busy starting up. But while we wait, let's quickly have a look and see a bit more about this tournament that we're watching. It is a CML Ladder Run. As you can see over here, we've got the schedule, we've got some results over here. Fantasy League, the teams for the month. So here's a bunch of details if you guys want to join, if you want to have a look at this. Come here, you can register your team. So this is the CML Ladder Run. To get here, you go to your watch section, you go to watch now, tournaments, Europe Division. It's not automatically on Europe Division, and you just scroll down. You see going down, you'll find our Pirate Hat, Captain Morgan, CML Ladder Run. Right. Let's see. So it is on a delay, obviously. We won't be seeing exactly what they're seeing. Otherwise, you guys can just tell the teams where the boards are. So we're just waiting. Their game has actually started. We're just a little bit of a delay behind them. Now we'll see in the next couple of minutes if everything is going away. Let's quickly check out the stream. Make sure you guys can hear me clearly. Yeah, definitely. Last night my chat was not working, so if someone is in chat, send me a message and let me know. Let's quickly have a look here. Here we go. We're going into draft. Let's hope that works, but I will double check it from time to time. Alright, let's quickly have a look here. So, for Game Has Changed, your position 1 would be Mr. Jones. Yes, he is present. Position 2 would be Aurora, who's not here. Nesquik on position 3, also not here. Slevin, alright, he's here. And then VA, also not here. So we got some new members here that I have not seen. Let's quickly see on Team Vamoz. I accosted them just the other night. Most of them are here except for Anarchy. Anarchy is not here. That player will be replaced by Twitch TV #1 Zenko by the looks of it. Alright, so the bands coming in, Nature's Prophet, DP, both very strong heroes. Nature's Prophet being able to be flexed in the off lane, safe lane, carry lane, doesn't matter, jungler, you name it. DP, most probably for your mid off lane. Whereas down for Vamoz, the bans go towards the Abaddon. Brilliant hero, I love him. This patch he is so strong. Guys, do not sleep on this hero. Even before this patch he was strong, but now even more so. And then you have your Lycan ban, so banning out some push. First picks would be Tusk for Game Has Changed. I think I watched a game where they played the Tusk mid, if I'm not mistaken. But once again, Tusk is such a versatile hero, can be played in many different positions. Anywhere from a, excuse me, anywhere from your mid, your off lane, and then into your support roles as well, no problem. So for Team Vamoz, they pick a Sand King as their second pick and a Snapfire. Now Snapfire, once again, nice and versatile, can be played as a support player, being able to stand in the backline, use those Mortimer Kisses, save your friends with the cookie, and then SK, once again, very versatile. It looks like they're really picking flex picks here. SK, generally a support hero, but I think the last game Vamoz did that I casted, they actually picked Sand King as their offlane hero. So I think that was the case, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong though. Hi Nicolene, alright though, thank you. Now I know the chat is working. Great stuff, so it helps me a lot. Okay, we're digging into a bit of overtime here for Team Game Has Changed. They are looking to do those kind of picks. Let's just make sure everything is on silent. So yeah, that seems good. They're taking well into the overtime. There's more than 30 seconds have gone into the overtime, only having 1 minute left. 1 minute 30 seconds, 25 seconds left at the moment. So they're thinking about this. For a second pick, I wouldn't say you have to think that hard. By now you should have a basic line of where your draft is heading. Pick your first couple of heroes and build a team around them. Alright, Grimstoke, it's going to be your potentially your position 5 that you've been picked. So let's go with what I've seen so far from the CML ladder. It's always your support picks in the first 2 picks, or most commonly support picks being picked. So yeah, let's say it's going to be SK position 5, Snap 4, we've got Dusk 4 and Grim 5, potentially, but I mean, I reserve the right to be wrong over here. We got a ban on Juggernaut, very strong carry. Ban on the AM, also very nice carry, quite strong versus the Intel heroes. Well, stronger versus a lot of heroes. I mean, if you don't have mana, you're a spellcaster, you kind of suck. So we got a life stealer, nice tanky safe lane hero. So it seems like they're banning the safe lanes. We got a Ricky once again, a bit of a flex hero. In this patch I'd rather play him as a support. I'm not too keen on him as carry. But if you're good with the hero, you're good with the hero, and you can make any hero look good. That's just how Dota works. The game is pretty well balanced throughout most of the time. Ice Frog does a good job. We got a Drow ban, most probably your safe lane hero, but could be flexed into the mid. So following up with the Doom. Alright, great ban for the Doom. I was hoping they would ban that. That's just to avoid a double Doom coming out from Grimstoke. Grimstoke ulti allows any clicked spell on to the enemy. If Grim throws his ulti, the spell is basically split towards 2 heroes. They get tethered together, and if one hero gets stunned, both of them will get stunned if it's a click to affect target. Ursa coming out. Vamoz, I'm pretty sure they played the Ursa. Yeah, that is it. Freitix played Ursa in the last game I casted, and he had a blast. Early game was a bit difficult. He was up against a CK and a Pudge in that lane, but as soon as he got levels, he was able to burst down those heroes, no problem. Went into the Battle Fury and it cancelled out that CK. That CK had no game. So yeah, and it was a great play. Well played, and also well itemized by Freitix. Alright, so we're going into overtime. I've only got 37 seconds left, guys. 30 seconds left in their overtime. So Game Has Changed is really thinking hard about this. I would like to see teams come a bit more prepared when it comes to the drafting, not having to think this long. Even if you have to have a stack of papers with you where you can see which is strong, which is bad. Now versus the Ursa, you want lockdown. You want a lot of lockdown. Primal Beast does offer that. He's also very mobile, nice tanky hero, a blade mail carrier, so Ursa can do damage to himself. All of that great hero. Most probably going to be your mid or offlane over here. And yeah, I totally agree with that pick. Pugna, there we go, stopping the Ursa from being able to hit you. That Decaprify from him will be able to stop you. And there we go, here comes the IO pick, the same as last time. We had, I think it was Dihanu, sorry. Dihanu basically translates into the Hanu. I know it looks funny when you look at the name Dihanu, unless that is what he intended. I hope not. That could be problematic for us. But yeah, Pugna can Decaprify, so that stops you from being right click, or if you Decaprify the target, he cannot be right clicked anymore. There is still a ton of magic damage coming out from Vamoz, but great, because you got a Pugna ward. Every time they cast a spell, they get damaged, they take some damage. So once again, great stuff. We got a ban on the Slark for Vamoz, and we got a ban on Puck. So Slarky, I don't know why they banned him. It doesn't make sense. All the heroes have lanes. If anything, they're looking for a off-lane potential or another support hero for Team Game has changed. Not a mid hero. Alright, whereas Game has changed, Vamoz is looking for a mid hero. So obviously banning the Puck, great. Banning the Zeus, great. 2 mid lane heroes. That makes total sense. Banning a Slark, I cannot see reasoning for this ban, unfortunately. If anything, you're looking for a mid lane hero for Team Vamoz. I don't see them having a mid lane hero yet, unless they're going to play the Snapfire mid. That is possible. But you still got Ursa in your safe lane. And once again, they ban a safe lane hero. You've already got a safe lane hero. Why ban more safe lane heroes? I mean, the past has shown that this is Freytek's hero, Ursa. So why ban more heroes, more safe lane heroes, when the safe lane heroes are picked? Unless I'm missing something here, but yeah, let's keep it at that. So pick coming in, we got a Weaver. Oh, it's not a bad pick. Very mobile hero. There's not a lot of hard lockdown coming in from Team Vamoz at the moment, so I'd like to see them to pick something with some lockdown. In this mid lane hero, you can get something like a Kunkka. What else? What else can we go for? Good lockdown. I'm not too sure right now, but yeah, you need to be able to even. Nah, Void won't work. He wants them offlane unless someone really wants to. Who was their mid lane last time? Mid lane was Pora. Pora played mid lane, so I don't know. Faceless Void in the mid doesn't seem very good, but it's a good hero versus the Weaver. Maybe even a Leshrac. Leshrac also a decent hero, being AoE. Even when the Weaver's invis, he can get damaged. You can build him into a nice tanky hero because Weaver does start dishing out tons of damage. Luckily, we've got a lot of tanky support, so the only squishy one would be the IO, and he will melt if Weaver gets on him during the later stages of the game. If you're in chat, guys, say hi. Tell me where you're from. Let's find out where our viewership is coming from. And if also you have a team here that you prefer, let me know which team you're rooting for and which player in the team you might be rooting for. Alright, we've got 1 minute left in overtime, so Team Vamoz is looking at all their options at the moment, and like I said, I would really like to see a bit more lockdown coming out of them. Snapfire Cookie, it's not that reliable of a stun, and your Sand King stun, great stun, but that's 2 stuns, of which one is unreliable. I'd rather have them have a bit more solid lockdown coming in from Team Vamoz here. On your team of Game Has Changed, you've got good lockdown on a Tusk. You've got a good silence on the Grimstroke. You have got a stun and some nice stuns, slows on the Primal Beast. You got Puck now with his E-Blade or Ethereal form. Weaver, the only hero that does not have a form of lockdown on that team. Wind Ranger pick. Okay, so that will be our mid. Probably going to be a Pora's hero. There we go, yeah, Pora hero. So it's going to be Freytek's on the Ursa, Pora on Wind Ranger. Mav, we have Mav the SK, so he's going to be position 3 again. Hanu's going to be position 5, and Zenko on the Snapfire will be your position 4 today. Then when I'm looking at the Game Has Changed draft, Mr. Jones, that is our safe lane? Unless they're going to change him around, I hope not. I hope they're going to put him on mid. They might have changed Rod, like I said, they've got players that are jumping in here. I only see 2. I think it's 2 of their old players in this draft, so they've got a couple of stand-ins somewhere. But hopefully Weaver in the safe lane, I'd say Pugna in the mid lane, Primal Beast off lane, and then you will have your Primal Beast. So the player playing Primal Beast, Slevin, was their position 4 in the last game. Well, they're really mixing it up here, guys. We'll see. Maybe they have Tusk as a carry rather. I don't know. Maybe they've got Primal Beast as a position 4. It's a funky draft. Alright, let's get comfortable. I've got my water here. Keep the throat nice and crisp. And let's see. Alright. So there we go. IO already linking up with his line partner, the Ursa. Now, there is 2 melee heroes. So you want to avoid a melee combo versus this Ursa. Otherwise he's going to deal a good amount of damage, and you want a stun in lane versus the Ursa. Now, if all goes right, I don't know. We've got a pause in game. No reason why just yet. Issue with mouse. Okay, so might be a wireless mouse, battery dying, or something not working very well. Let's give them some time. Even the pros have problems with equipment. Looking at your starting items, Weaver has some stat items. He's got a Fairy Fire, no mana regen for him, and then the branches. Primal Beast, so that looks, I'd say that's support items. So maybe he is still position 4, or that's a carry item. So yeah, pretty much going to be a Tusk position 4 if it, by the looks of it. Then we've got Pugna. Pugna is probably going to go mid. I don't see him going anywhere else. And then the Grimstroke also being a support hero. Do they have a smoke? Or they're just going to run in bareback naked? It looks like they're running in bareback naked. They're going to come around from the back. It's going to be a 5-on-5 engagement, to be honest. Ooh. We got some lag. It might be from my side. Sorry, we might miss this. It looks like I'm DCing if you look at the top there. Let's quickly see. See if I can reconnect here quickly. Very interesting. Shouldn't be landing or lagging. Alright, we're back in. I did miss kills. I am sorry about that. Let's quickly see who went down. So IO got a kill, great start for the support, and then Pugna got 2. Great for your. Oh, he's not mid. Alright, so what are they doing? Pugna is in your off lane along with Primal. Alright, so Pugna is going to be the carry versus along with the Primal. 2 good heroes to have. Primal does have escape, and Pugna does have his Decrepify, so it's good heroes to be versus that. Oh, going down is Mapushka. Mapushka is going down in your safe lane carry. Alright, he does have Sakushi. He might have used it a little bit earlier. Who knows? For your mid matchup, I'm going to say that for the first couple of levels, your Tusk is going to do pretty well. After that, from level 6 onward, Windranger might struggle. Alright. Windranger is going to have the advantage for the most part in the early game. Maybe not farm advantage. Tusk does have a decent amount of damage. So farming, Tusk is going to do quite a couple of last hits still. But Windranger, being a range hero versus melee, she's going to be trading a lot of damage, a lot of hits. And she should do pretty well. Got another pause coming in. My ping does seem high. It's not supposed to be that high. We got a DC over here from the Pugna. Let's see. So yeah, your Tusk is leading in lost hits, like I mentioned, but it might change if Windranger is able to poke him quite enough. Then down here, Weaver having 4 lost hits versus the counterpart, and Sand King only having 1. Why is Sand King struggling with lost hits? he even got a kill, or they even got a kill earlier. So he should be doing pretty well. But okay, it's big lane, big wave of creeps under tower here for the SK. So he will be a happy farmer. Might not get all the last hits. SK doesn't last hit very well under tower. So he does take a point in the caustic finale, which means he is going to be pushing the wave quite a bit. We got some aggression in the top lane, but IO is able to tether away, no problem there. Sand King does go down, however, so he did use his stun, and Sand King went down, probably having the stun on cooldown, so no, not having a way to escape. At the moment, this Primal is trying to harass the Ursa, but I don't know who's harassing who. With the heals of the IO and the swipe damage of the Ursa, you're not going to be bullying him. I'm sorry, my man. You can be tanky as hell. That Ursa is going to eat you up. Alright, so we've got another wave coming in for the SK over here. Once again, like I said, struggling with the last hits, unfortunately. How's mid doing? Tusk still above the Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger is picking up though. And both of them having bottles, so you can see some contesting happening for the ruins. Ursa farming pretty. Bugner not doing too bad himself, having at least 10 hits, last hits. As an offlane hero, great for you, because your counterpart, the SK, also your offlaner, is struggling a bit more, having only 7 last hits. He is picking up a lot now, since he's got the caustic finale. Does seem that he is dealing out a bit more damage and able to hit a couple more last hits. Tusk going in a bit aggressive onto the Wind Ranger in the mid, but Wind Ranger does have that Wind Run in her pocket, enabling her to be able to get out. It's a bit of trouble for our Primal Beast, but luckily he does have that escape, and that's why I said this is a decent lane for them. It could have been worse. Last game, Ursa was versus 2 melee heroes and he had the world of fun. Where now he's versus a Bugner that has that Decrepify to stop Ursa from being able to last hit him, and then also you have your onslaught from Primal Beast. Okay, Wind Ranger taking the rune on the top side, and it looks like Tusk got the bottom one. So even trade in the ruins, both of them being able to fill up their bottles. Right down here, Weaver doing decent on last hits. That Tusk picking up quite a bit of last hits. Wind Ranger might be in a little bit of trouble here. She has used a Wind Run, and is she going to go down? She does go down there. Alright, so a bit of mismanagement of that Wind Run. She might have used it a bit early when she wasn't in serious trouble, and that gave Tusk the opportunity to charge in. Onslaught has been used, so they are going to chase this down. Even diving tower, no, they're not going to get that last hit. 1 charges has been used. If not for the 1 charges, Primal Beast went down in this case. So great use of the wand over there. Oh, we got more aggression to the Wind Ranger. Like I said, once this Tusk having level 6, he is going to be a bit more aggressive towards the Wind Ranger, being able to dish out tons of damage onto a hero that is usually not the tankiest, only having, say, 860 HP versus the 1100 of the Tusk. Right, Bugner, you are dancing a dangerously low on that mana, my friend. If they jump on you now, you will not be able to Decrepify. Luckily, the Arcane Boots is coming off cooldown, so you will be able to use some mana. We do have a bottle refill over here in the mid. Primal Beast coming in to refill the bottle of his Tusk and do some bit of warding for him, and then that enables a bit more aggression coming out of the Tusk, enabling a bit more poke damage. He is definitely leading with 10 kills. Once again, a bit of an early use in that Wind Run, not advised. If Tusk had maybe a bit more mana, Wind Ranger could have been in trouble over there. So sometimes using that Wind Run when not necessary could put you in a vulnerable position. Alright, there's that Decrepify coming out from Bugner, trying to save him. Oh, that could be a kill. No. That sticks once again. The one charge is kicking in, but Io does lose his carrier with the headrest on. That is a Tusk rotating in, taking care of the Ursa. They really needed that. They need to slow down this Ursa. He is farming way too well, and already having his phase boots up and available. Right, and Tusk, he ran all the way up, so that enables him to TP back down and still stay ahead in levels versus his counterpart, the mid Wind Ranger. Alright, Ursa TPing in. He does have heroes under tower. The Crepify is available, but for how long? The move speed is going to be able to get the Pugna away. That's a fast little green man, but now this leaves poor old Primal Beast in trouble, and he goes down. Alright, at the same time, Snapfire went down in the bot lane over here, and that is your Weaver being credited for that. So Weaver farm looking pretty good at the moment. Sand King also doing well. So all in all, farm not too bad. We've got a nice bottle refill, so not too bad that the Snap died. He might, yeah, he can be here to help save his Wind Ranger if he goes in. That's it, nice stun, and this is a dead Tusk. Alright, nice. Wind Ranger almost getting in trouble over there, but she does survive, and luckily she does have one more bottle charge, no more ones, but there is an Invis Ruin in the top lane. Alright, that did a world of wonders for that Wind Ranger, putting her up above the Tusk in net worth at the moment. Weaver is going to get scary, I agree. As far as I know, you love playing Weaver, so you know what this hero is capable of. Weaver rushing that Mjolnir, skipping the boots. He's already got his Falcon Blade, so he's getting fat, and now he's also going to be chasing for kills. Right, there is the swarm out onto the Sand King, but it doesn't look like Weaver wants to die for that. Weaver having a very low HP pool, only, well, 1000, that's not too bad. The Falcon Blade must be helping out with quite a bit of health there. So, yeah, that's okay. Wind Ranger doing a bit of poke damage. Oh, we got a Wind Ranger in trouble at the moment. She will go down here, and that is another dead Wind Ranger. That is unfortunate. That would be Wind Ranger's third death. So the mid laner for Vamoz not having a great game at the moment. We got another snowball roll. I heard it. Ah, it's probably just the mid. Where is this Graham going to? Is he going to go plant a ward? Yes, he is. He's going to get a ward into the enemy triangle. Weaver is level 6, so look for him to dive towers a bit more comfortably now. Right. Top tower going down, so Primal Beast and Pugna being able to spam out his Nether Blast, doing quite a bit of damage, and pushing out that tower quite nicely with that AoE damage along with the trample. Looks like a bit of aggression down on the bottom. Magnificent might be going down here. Weaver does come in. Are they going to turn this? Getting rid of that Swarm. Sand King is struggling. That is a dead Sand King. Will they trade? Magnificent is going to get away. You got to get rid of that thing, my friend. You need to level your little shredder so that you can help deal with that Swarm. Otherwise, that will happen again and again and again. And Yaku is going to be loving this. He loves this Weaver hero. We got some aggression in the mid all the while. Pora going down again. Looks like the Tusk will be traded. So mid for mid, but one dead for the time of game has changed, whereas Vamoz has lost 3 heroes in this last engagement all around the map. Enjoy the game. Here's the Divan. Glad to see you here. So far it's quite a nice game, but we do think that this Weaver is going to get quite strong. Maelstrom is already on the way up towards him, so he is going to do well. Going to go for Dragon Lance as well, bit more extra stats, so that will help him tank up a little bit more and deal damage from a range, and that is what you want versus that Ursa. You don't want Ursa to be on you, you want to be able to kite that Ursa, get around him. Weaver is snowballing, that is correct. If you look at the net worth, he is second just behind the Ursa. Ursa is going to go for Battle Fury, but so that will boost his net worth even more. But Weaver is about to get another kill here. Alright, another kill for the Weaver. People do not realize how strong just a 1 point in Swarm can be. It is a total value point, not just for vision, but also for that damage. Dealing negative armor, alright? Negative armor and dealing damage towards your opponent. So, definitely worth having. Okay, looks like more aggression coming out in the mid. We've got 3 heroes over here for game has changed. Okay, TB back to tower. Or did I miss something here? I'm pretty sure that Magnificent just TB'd from behind enemy tier 1 to his tier 1. Looks like there is aggression coming out on the mid tower. It will go down. One more right click. Should do it for the Pugna. Come on, Pugna. Oh, no, the deny comes out. So, Windranger does have that. If you call it a win, I doubt it. Ping's coming out towards the mid. Tusk wanting to get a kill going onto the Snapfire. Snapfire does go down. Windranger might be next up. She does not have her Windrun available. Why does she use Windrun so much? I cannot see why it is always on cooldown. She uses it a bit early to my liking, and I'd like her to hold on to that just a little bit more. There's so many low heroes. IO does TP them out. So that was an IO TP in rather, sorry. No mana for the Pugna, so he's likely going to go down there. That's 2 kills for Freitix. Freitix having a great game again. Same as the last one we watched. He seems to be having, or seems to be quite a capable safe lane player we have here. Do they have knockdown for the Weaver? I was discussing it earlier in the draft. So they didn't have, Windranger was their last pick. So Windranger brought a little extra lockdown. But that's a skill shot lockdown, along with Snapfire also being a skill shot lockdown. I don't know if you want to trust that kind of lockdown. Weaver is the only sure lockdown that they have at the moment when you're looking at hero spells. So unless they buy an Orchid or a Scythe of the Vice, it's going to be a free game for this Weaver. Okay, we got 3 heroes posturing in the mid area, a 4th one coming in. That's our Primal Beast shoving down a sentry ward, making sure they have some vision. But Primal is, oh, they smoked under this ward. The top ward over here, that had vision of that smoke. So Team Vamoz should know what is up. Alright, they do have vision on the Windranger over there, but she will be running for safety. After she saw that smoke, she backed off immediately. So good map awareness that they have there. At the moment, Team Vamoz is posturing for this bottom lane. Battle Fury is up for the Ursa. So look at his farm excelling. He's going to be increasing his net worth quite a bit. I would like to see him after the blink get a Basher. Alright, Basher being to help with that lockdown for the Weaver. They are really going to need that. And I would like, it's probably going to be Windranger that needs to get the Orchid, but Windranger's farm is going to be so slow. I see that Sand King has gone the Meteor Hammer route. Everyone loves the Meteor Hammer now. It's the new meta, but I don't know if that is enough to get the kills on this Weaver. Weaver already having a decent HP pool of almost 1,500. We've got another smoke coming in. But they're going to miss everyone except the IO. IO does catch the back end of that smoke, but they are looking for someone a bit higher up on the ranking. IO not being worth their time. I don't agree though. When you are behind, oh no, they are ahead. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong teams. But they're looking at a more high value target. Windranger will get away, so she loses her Windrain early there, and luckily the Snowball and the Shards miss. Tusk, how's his itemization going? Tusk is getting a Deso, first item after his Arcane Boots, going for that Deso, helping deal some damage. That's going to be added negative armor along with the Weaver. Unfortunately, there's no Deso coming out on the Weaver, but a Weaver is going to be building his first safe item, and that's going to be the Lincoln Sphere. Lincoln Sphere, it's going to help versus the Sand King stun and the Windranger stun, but unfortunately not the Snapfire Cookie. So Snapfire Cookie, and also obviously the Meteor Hammer from SK also will not be blocked by a Lincoln Sphere. Good item to have, that Lincoln Sphere, because it also gives you quite a bit of mana regen, which is something Weaver is quite heavy on. He wants that manas. Alright, Team Vamoz invading. They were looking to go to jungle, but now it looks like they are jumping onto the Tusk. That's a great Blink Dagger reveal from Freitix, and that is a dead Tusk. So a good kill for Team Vamoz over here. And from here on, I would love to see them just snowball. I don't want them to go into the late game versus the Weaver. Don't let that Weaver get too much farm, otherwise we will be in trouble. We got quite a bit of fights going on here. Primal Beast charging through, stunning up to 2 heroes there. Trample is active. He might take care of the... no. Oh, Sand King lives on minimum HP. Weaver did go down during that with the SK stun and SK ult combined. So, great stuff. We have a Weaver DC though. I hope the death was not due to the DC. But let's see. Alright, let's look at item progression at the moment. Ursa is going BKB next item. Alright. It's a good item. There's a lot of lockdown coming in from Team Game Has Changed. GHC, we'll just call them GHC from now on. So there's a lot of lockdown coming in from them. And yeah, having BKB first will definitely help him out. But then after that, I'd like to see that Skullbasher coming out. Then on Io, you have your mech up, no boots on Io. He's going for the Glimmer Cape next item. Sand King, Meteor Hammer, and Arcane Boots. And next item he's going for is going to be the Hood. And then into the pipe eventually with Blink Dagger. So they are not relying on him for initiation. It looks like they will rely on Ursa for the initiation of their fights. But your stun on SK is so small, area about this far around him, so I would like to see him get that Blink Dagger. You are much more capable of dealing out your ult damage if you have that Blink Dagger. Without it, you're going to struggle. As for Pugna, getting a 4-staff, trying to be having to be able to kite the Ursa is going to be a big thing this match. You don't want that Ursa to be able to land on anyone. So snowball saves. Oh, look at this. So Tusk has changed his Deso into a BKB. He is tired of dying. He is 2 for 4. He had a great start to the game, but now Pora is looking closer to the Pora his opposing mid. So he thinks he's tired of dying. He's also getting the BKB, which once again I do agree with. As for your poor position 5 over here, not much. He's going for his Acer lens. Or position 4, sorry, position 4 Grim. Although the position 5 does seem to have quite a bit more farm than him. Unless I've swapped those roles over again. Do excuse me, like I said, there's a lot of new players in the lobby at the moment that I do not know. So there's a scan going off. Just for safety, they want to invade their own triangle. And they are scared to do so without the vision. It's 18 minutes in. Ursa has not decided to rosh yet. Ursa Io combo along with the negative armor coming from Snapfire, even though Snapfire has not skilled his level shredder yet. So quite an interesting turn of events. Not going for that Ursa, or not going for that Aegis. Quite interesting. Seems like we've got a bit of farming going on right around the map. Pugna taking a bit more of your aggressive farm, a bit deeper into enemy territory, but he does have the backup of Primal Beast and Grimstroke right behind him, whereas Tusk and Weaver is a bit further back. They're taking a bit safer farm. You don't want to die too much on them anymore. Weaver currently sitting at 5 for 2 for 2, so great score coming out from the Weaver, the Pushka, and he's still some ways away from the Lincoln Sphere. It's going to take him some time to farm that. And name of the game for Team Game has changed. GHC, slow down the pace of this game. Slow it down. Do not engage too much. Right, once this Weaver gets strong and they are able to not able to kite him on the same team of Vamoz, or not able to lock him down rather, sorry, Weaver will be able to carry this game even versus a Ursa. You just need to win the vision game then, because you don't want that Ursa blinking on you and being able to burst you down. Luckily the Lincolns is already being built by the Weaver, so even when Ursa does get that basher, it's still going to be hard to lock down with that initial click to bash. That is a missed Sand King stun. A charge that got cancelled midway. Nice ult coming out from Snapfire. That is great work from the Snapfire, sitting in the back line, being able to ult. The cookie does unfortunately not help out due to the link from the Grimstroke, but that is a 3-4-1 trade. Alright, that's what I said. I don't want them to take these early game engagements. They are not going to make it, and that is Weaver dead for 30 plus seconds, losing out on farm, delaying the timings even more. I would rather have them just delay the game at the moment, and yeah. But when it comes to Team Vamoz at the moment, I would like to see them whack a Roshan. I'm pretty sure you're able to do it. Hopefully they take the tier 1 tower now, and after the tier 1 tower, head out. BKB is up for the Ursa, and yes, we have the Basher coming in as the next item. They are heading in the right direction towards this Roshan, and it does seem to be, yeah, that's it. So great work taking the objective and then going for the next objective, that being the Aegis. Now Primal is posing in, he can charge in, but is he going to be too late? He is too late. Ursa is able to pick up that Aegis. There's a link between Ursa and Snapfire. Snapfire ult not being able to help out in this game, and Ursa does go down, so he immediately loses his Aegis. Alright, he does come back though. I hear a SK ulti in the background, and they are able to, well, they're not able to lock down that Weaver, getting his ulti off at the last moment there, being able to escape, taking down the Tusk in turn. Decrepify over here, so they decrepify onto the Ursa, slowing him down a bit, not being able to right click. There is a stun, luckily a bit of a force staff, and Weaver dancing with fire over here, my man. You are 3 versus 5 at the moment, and 2 of your teammates are not even close enough to help you, so I would not do that. Almost got the kill into SK, but maybe not worth it. Okay, Grimstroke. Interesting for having him while the team fighting, opting to push out this bottom lane, or potentially fighting, because we know that the enemy is in this triangle over here. Okay, back to farming. This is what I want. For Team GHC, we want the Weaver to get farmed, guys. Slow down the pace of the game. On the other hand, sorry, I've been up late for the last 4 nights now. On the other hand, you have Team Vamoz, and I want them to push again. I want them to be on their aggression. They have IO, they can relocate in with the IO Ursa combo. I only want them to invade this enemy jungle. You can see they've already taken over the triangle. They just warded up, so they will know when there is aggression, or when there is the potential for aggression in that triangle. But I want them to invade. Oh, look at that little cheeky Sand King, sending in 2 illusions, blocking some camps. Good work right there. So okay, he got the hood and then he got his blink. They knew they lacked just a little bit more damage and initiation. So I'm glad he opted to get the blink before the full hood. Well, we've got this tiny break. Well, I don't think we're going to have a break long. Ursa's about to pick up DD, and they are going to look to use and abuse this DD. Right, Ursa does show in lane with the DD. I would not like that. I want him to be in the back. I want them to use Sand King to bait. But now he's already shown with DD, and that would alert the enemy, and they will avoid him at all costs now. So, not really what you want. There is smoke action going in. They do know that the enemy is in the top lane, so they're going to go through the enemy triangle with Ursa leading the charge. So look for Ursa to initiate. Then when they converge around the Ursa, they will turn in on the SK ult. Weaver is going to go high ground. This is a dead Weaver. Oh, just too late that they see that Weaver. Ursa does jump him. Ursa does have the Skull Basher ready, but Weaver being too quick, too slippery, and he will be able to escape. If Weaver carried on going up there, he would have walked into a lot more trouble. He was fortunate enough to block down. Now we've got Primal Storage in from the back. That is a dead Snapfire without being able to use any ability. Snapfire, you don't want to be seen. You want to be sitting in the background and using that Mortar of Kisses, dealing out damage. You don't want to be too close to that fight. Alright, so far 1-for-1 trade. Happy with that. Ursa had DD, it could have been way worse. Guys, if you guys want to have a go at winning that inverter, what you can do is WhatsApp the following number. Alright, so what you want to say is, Obut, hook me up, and send that to 072-252-9894. You can win an inverter with 10,000 Rand. Got quite a bit of fight going down here. Before I carry on there, Primal does pick up the IO. They want to try and pick off that IO. Ursa, IO, both going down. Great work from Team GHC there, taking out the healer and getting rid of both Ursa and SK. And it looks like Pora is going to go down as well. So that is a dead Pora. So great 1-for-4 trade going on over there. Alright. Okay, but just to repeat that number, if you guys want to try and win an inverter with 10,000 Rand, you can WhatsApp hook me up over to 072-252-9894. There we go, guys. I'll give that number out a bit later again, but for now, let's enjoy this game. We are getting towards that 30-minute mark where Weaver is going to get a bit stronger. He does have his Lincoln Sphere up. Seems he's going to go for another defensive item. So that's 2 defensive items in a row. Is it really worth it? Do you die a lot? 6 for 3? 50-50. I might have skipped the BKB, gone for a damaging item, maybe Desolator or Monkey King Bar, or even Orchid. Something a bit more aggressive, and then roll back into the BKB. But once again, that's just me, and I'm just a commentator. Maybe that's why they're playing in the league and not me. How's it, guys? If you're in chat, let me know where you're from. I want to see where the client base is from. Let's see where all you guys are around. So there is a hit scan, so they do know that there is heroes in and around Rochepit at the moment. Weaver is TPing up to the top, taking that farm. There is a smoke coming out, so they're going to go invade into their own triangle. That's going to be our next fight, but vision advantage is for Team Vamoz over here. Alright, they start off with a Walrus Punch onto the SK. Nice silence onto the SK. Is he going to go down? Yes, he will go down before taking any spells. Snapfire, once again, you're too close. You need a back off, mate. You want to be able to use your ultimate. They forced off Tusk so he can get closer, but unfortunately he does get shackled. We got a charge coming in here. IO tearing up to Freitix, running away, but this Weaver is speedy, my friend. He's going to come up behind you, and now there is a swarm on you, so that means that's a dead IO. Alright, Ursa, you want to back out, my man. Blink, that's it. Earthshock, we gave even further. That is a safe Ursa. And now I want to see aggression coming out from this team GHC. Start pushing out lanes, guys. Your Weaver is getting strong. This will be your timing. Ursa does have that gem. SK, are you going to think about it? He's charging up that ultimate, blinking. There's 2 heroes close to each other. He does get his ultimate off. Quite a lot of damage being done. Pugna healing up his mid laner. Oh, he does save him. If not for Pugna, that was a dead Tusk. Alright, Weaver in the midst of everything fighting. He does have his Sakuchi still up, so he can still get away. Io tethering in or TPing in. Alright, Tusk is very low mana and HP. He does have BKB up, so he can fight. He does pop his BKB. Walrus Punch onto the... Oh, what a save from the Io. Io barely saving his carry. Freitix, but Io is going to come back. Hopefully he leaves the Ursa. Ursa is really TP'd away, so this will be... Wait, did Io... what the hell? Oh, you remember what happened? So Io TP'd in. He uses ultimate, which is the relocate. Relocated to over here, and at the last second, just before TPing back, he tethered onto his Ursa over here, taking him back to base. So great work from Io saving his carry. That was on like 5% HP there, even receiving a tip from the enemy. Alright, Ursa, you want to stay hidden here, my friend. Do not show yourself. You don't want to lose that gem. They do see the Io. Io does tether over. Now the enemy knows that Io and another hero is here. But are they going to go look for them? Yeah, Weaver decides to look for them. Pugna is in the area as well. Who's going to be the first to be seen? Io is going to show himself, and that means Io will go off. Ursa getting away there due to Io feeding himself. So Io showed himself just so that the Ursa can get away. Ursa's probably waiting for a TP. No. So he's just going to run out. So he's going to blink and run out. Hopefully cut the wave. I'd like to see him cut this next wave and then back off. Oh, Ursa picking up 2 couriers. Nice. So when it comes to the tower game, Team GHC definitely winning this. They have got great push when it comes to Pugna. Tusk also dealing damage, Weaver doing good amount of tower damage, whereas from Team Vamoz you don't have a great tower push. Alright, Ursa is in Roche again, but the enemy do see him. We're charging in. Ursa does pop his BKB. Io is there to try and save him, but this is a 1v5 at the moment. Ursa versus the world. Alright, they do try and pick off the Io. Io does go, great. Start with that. Nice ult coming in from our Sand King, but that's it. Exactly what I said, guys. Look at that. You have your Snapfire sitting in the background, ulting, and he does pick up the double kill, dealing quite enough damage and getting a double kill. Now, they know Weaver is in the backline here. They're trying to catch up to him. Ursa, are you going to get a lucky bash? No, he doesn't. And Weaver does get away there. They are lacking that lockdown, as mentioned earlier in the draft or in the game. We know that they don't have the right lockdown. Now, Wind Ranger having to ult to get out. Why? I don't see why she had to use her BKB. Sorry, not ult. I don't see why she had to use her BKB there. Weaver does physical damage. Oh, okay, he does have Glypnir, so maybe, yeah. I agree. Alright, so they do scout out this Roche. They see that it's almost done. Weaver is going to try and get in, but they do have wards in the area, so Weaver is in trouble here. Weaver might even go down. Is he going to go down? He did pick up the shard. Unfortunately, he did not get the Aegis. Primal Beast does go down in that engagement. And now look for Vamoz to be on the aggressive, hopefully rotating over towards that mid, get the tier 2 towers and then push up to high ground. Wind Ranger. She's doing better. I mean, her early game looked horrendous. Whereas she's picking up, she's getting some items. She's going to upgrade into the Glypnir pretty soon. So yeah, she's not way close to her team, and it does look like GHC is trying to engage onto Vamoz over here. They do see the Ursa in the back. There is going to be an engagement. Snapfire does have his ultimate available. We have a SK ult on the side, solo onto Weaver, not doing too much damage. I would have liked to see him join in the team at the moment. Ursa is chasing behind Primal Beast. Primal Beast is slowed. One more hit. There is Primal Beast going down. Bug now already going down. That is a Tusk rolling back in to his death. Is it going to be? No, he's able to escape that. Great stuff. Oh, he does. No, he does go down. Alright, he does go down. Now it's Weaver, Grimsnoke versus 3 heroes. Weaver being able to kite, run around in and out. It looks like they will rather escape. So not take that engagement versus 3. Actually 4 heroes, seeing as Ursa does still have the Aegis. Right, so far Tusk is dealing very little damage. He's only got safe items and then the TP boots. I'm not a fan of TP boots this early in the game, personally. It brings nothing to the, shall I say, brings nothing to the fight except that it can bring you to the fight, which means you've got to be split pushing. You've got to utilize that 2,000 gold that you spent on that item. So I want you to be split pushing in all different areas, not close to your team, and then when there's engagement, TP towards your team. If you're not doing that, rather just be with your team, alright? And save that 2k gold, use it for a damaging item. So back to a bit of farming. Ursa Aegis expiring in the next 2 minutes, so I'm still looking for some aggression coming out from them. Snapfire ultimate going to be up pretty soon, so if he has the right positioning, he will be able to help his team out quite a bit more. That is a great ultimate to have, great AoE damage, and I'd really like to see him utilize that, be in the background. Alright, you have the IO up close for saves, you have Ursa that has this pounce or the earth shock. You've got a stun coming out from both the Weaver and the Wind Ranger, so stand in the back, help with some damage. Not that they lack a lot of damage, but I mean, if you can kill those enemies, you can kill those enemies. Okay, so you see the Tusk pushing out some waves over here. He is utilizing the TP boots. And it seems like his team is following him. That is not really what I want. I want them to be separate. He needs to utilize areas of the map where they are not too scared to go. And then he needs to TP towards them when there's an engagement, so that he can come in, snowball, see where the Snapfire is, and focus on the Snapfire. That is what he needs to do. Penta Edge, that's going to be a great item for the Tusk. Are they going to give it to him? I don't know, let's see. So, smoke gang coming in from Vamoz. They charge in. Lincoln's is broken. He is stunned. He's going to go down. That's a dead Weaver. Great pick off to start off. And now, GHC, you need to run. You are not you do not want to be in this area. Wind Ranger, wind ranging forward. So, wind running aggressively. But I don't see them defending this tower without the Weaver. You can do some poke damage, some chip damage for 4. But you don't want to get in too close without that Weaver, and that's 60 seconds without Weaver. What is his buyback at the moment? Weaver does have buyback, fortunately. He might have to expend this unless they want to consider giving up this tower. Bugna is split pushing, so once again utilizing the TP boots. Great work, great use of the TP boots. That is why you get it, because otherwise it's a valueless item. The only reason you get it is because your positioning is too poor and you're never close enough to your team to assist them. Alright. So I'd still like you to just wait for creeps obviously, but be a bit more aggressive. Wait before Weaver comes out. About 5 seconds before Weaver respawns, I would like to see the GHC engage. Alright. I'd like to see them engage and have that Weaver come up respawn mid-fight, join the fight, and take care of business. That is it. We've got the jump in from the Ursa. He does pop his BKB, but that does nothing to stop the damage coming out from this Ursa, and Ursa does melt him. He also popped his Abyssal Blade on him, which means BKB is useless. You still get stunned. Alright, so that is a dead. Oh, guys, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. That is a dead Tusk. They dragged him out there. He engaged with a roll. And that is often what happens. If you engage with the roll, you get dragged out of position. You want to engage with the blink and follow up with the roll. Alright, so we only have the range racks left. But Team Vamoz decides to disengage, and already Freitix in the top lane looking for that level 25 talent. Excuse me, guys. We've had a couple of rough weeks. We've been casting every night for the last 4 nights now, and then I game afterwards. So I don't think it's the casting is the problem. I think the late night gaming seems to be an issue. Alright, what do you guys think? What is Ursa going to take? Let's take the bets. Comment in chat before watching the rest of this. Let us see what Ursa is going to be taking as his level 25 talent. Enrage, half benefits. That is okay, especially if there's a lot of AoE damage coming out from the enemy team, which there is. There's a trample, there's Pugna, heal, sucky suckies, but it's not that much. Whereas if you were versus, let's say, Snapfire Sand King, great AoE damage, a lot of AoE damage, that would have been a much better talent. So he does rather go for the 3 overpower attacks. I do agree with that. Great choice coming out from the Ursa over there, excuse me. So it looks like Snap has been given the job of getting more lockdown. Like I said, they do lockdown for this Weaver, and Snap has taken it upon himself to get that. He does charge up that ult, but unfortunately he is found in the background, and Ursa is just jumping in and taking care of business. 3 heroes already down for GHC. That's the 4th going down, Weaver being the last hero. He does have ultimate up, so he's going to ult back, and we've got a Wind Ranger here waiting for him. No way to stop it unless Ursa does get a bash. Ursa is nowhere close for the bash, so unfortunately, well, fortunately for Weaver, he does get away there. So that is a 4 for 5 trade, 4 for 0 trade, excuse me, and then also Pugna expending that buyback, which I don't see why he had to do that. Maybe try and push out waves, but he could have waited for the timer to go down a bit further. Feel out the match a bit more. Alright, Ursa is available, Cheese and Scepter. Aghanim's Blessing. You guys think Ursa will take it? I'm pretty sure Ursa should take that. Okay, Decapify coming out onto the Ursa, stopping that push. But Ursa just jumps back in and finishes up the tie. He gets Decapify again, backs off. He does have Swift Blink available right now. Mozzies are chowing us. Just waiting for this next creep wave, and then engage from Tusk, a blink in. Now the roll, exactly what I said in that previous engagement. That is what he did different. If Tusk can get a Scepter, that would be great as well, helping disposition some heroes. But Snapfire able to sit in the background, launch his ultimate there, dealing a ton of damage, and then more damage coming in between the SK, the Ursa, and they are just cleaning up. This is the end for them. Alright, unfortunately, the Ursa was just snowballing way out of control. They managed to combine their lockdown between the Ursa Basher, the Meteor Hammer, and Stun from SK, Wind Ranger's Shackle, and GG is called from the mid laner Tusk. DCing already, and that is it. So I thought there was a good chance for Weaver being able to carry this game, but unfortunately it didn't pan out as expected. GG. Thank you, Yaku, for joining the stream. But unfortunately it didn't pan out like I thought. We were really scared Weaver was going to get out of control, but the lockdown was enough. The timing of the lockdown, initially they struggled quite a bit. If you're looking at the scores, Weaver did die only 5 times, alright? But they were able to do it, and once again Freitix carrying his team, putting his team on his back, the same as last game, and doing a world of damage. We still have 3 games up, guys. If you look in the bottom of my description, you can have a look. I will have links to other casters as well. These guys are also casting the same CML Ladder Run. They are over on Twitch, so please give them a like. Go check out what's happening over there if you would like to be more aware of what's happening with our local league. Just to give you guys the final stats over here, Flippin' Ursa owning with the net worth, pretty sure owning with the damage as well. Pretty much great damage, AoE damage coming out from the SK over here. Weaver doing a decent amount of damage, but his teammates lacking. This Tusk to me went too defensive, and it didn't help. I would have liked to see a bit more damage coming out from the Tusk. As a mid laner, you want to be able to dish out some damage, and he didn't do that. He kind of played Tusk like you would play him as an offlaner, with the survival tools, BKB, the TP boots, and I would have much rather seen him go a bit more towards the damage items. Being able to pick off that IO early in the fight would have meant the world for them. Also, easy pick off would be on the Wind Ranger. Even the Snapfire, being a support, would have been an easy kill for him. So a bit of an item choice mistake, I would call it. But once again, that's just me, guys. I'm not the one sitting there playing the game. I'm here talking about the game, and there is obviously a reason for that, so we never know. But hindsight is 2020. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys tune in for the next one. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Those of you guys that left comments and likes, please do. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to my channel down below. It costs you nothing, just one click of the button. That's all I ask from you guys. Thank you guys very much, and have a lovely evening, day, Christmas, birthday, whatever it is. Cheerios, guys.